Guan Ming was in shock, and so were the two girls. Tan Lulu hugged Shi Wanner's arm and said, "Sister Wanner, let's drive home by ourselves. Don't be a big pervert. I still want to live for 2 more years. Everyone called me the little prince of the tractor before. Believe me, I'm right. I already know this is the accelerator and there won't be any accidents." Guan Ming finally calmed down and turned to look at the two women. "Don't." Shi Wanner hurriedly said to stop her. But it was already too late, because the Porsche sped forward, and Guan Ming's ghostly screams also sounded. "Why is this car so weird? I just touched the accelerator and it went so fast. The brakes, well, where are the brakes?" Guan Ming seemed to be unable to find the brakes, so he bent down to look. "Ah!" Guan Ming, stop the car quickly. Shi Wanner screamed. "Okay, I've seen the brakes, I'll step on." The Porsche finally stopped, and Tan Lulu hurriedly pulled the handbrake. She was frightened. A horn sounded next to her, and Shi Wanner lowered the window. "Baby, are you okay? Why did you stop the car?" A very magnetic female voice sounded. "Sister Lon Lon, it's okay." Shi Wanner forced a smile. Lulu is also sitting in the back. "Who is driving in front?" the female voice asked curiously. Guan Ming lowered the car window and saw the owner of the voice. He had short, elegant hair and long oblique bangs covering half of his eyes. The hair on the right side was pushed cleanly, adding a different flavor to the woman. He has a standard oval face and a straight nose. He is holding a cigarette in his mouth and resting his hands on the car window, looking carefree. Kim Hai ran. This girl, Guan Ming, had heard that she was a famous female gangster at Yangjiao University, but Jin Huilan was very principled in doing things and always bullied the weak. She had saved countless girls, and she was very prestigious in the eyes of girls. "Hello, my name is Guan Ming, Wanner's boyfriend." Guan Ming introduced himself. "You are a celebrity. I know you even if you don't tell me. You beat up Tang Lei and humiliated Yi Gaochang. You are quite capable. Otherwise, I would have thought you were a pretty boy being kept by my baby." Jin Huilan squinted her eyes and looked at her. "Guan Ming. Sister Lon Lon, what are you talking about?" Shi Wanner said coquettishly. "Yo! My dear, you reacted so fiercely. Could it be that he is really the pretty boy you keep? Apart from being big and strong, what else does this person have? Does he have any extraordinary talents, such as that?" Jin Huilan laughed and said, winked. "Sister Lon Lon, if you keep talking, I will ignore you." Shi Wanner became even more shy. "Baby, I won't talk anymore." "Hey, pretty boy, your driving skills are pretty good. Can we compete some other time?" Jin Huilan looked at Guan Ming provocatively. "Come on, Sister Lon Lon, Guan Ming can even make mistakes with the brakes and accelerator. He almost hit me countless times just now. We were scared to death." Tan Lulu was still frightened at this time. "He must be teasing you on purpose. He can still use the S-line to get out of such a narrow place perfectly without any collision. Even a professional racing driver cannot operate so well." Jin Huilan pointed out the key point in one sentence. Guan Ming knew that he had met an expert. He did it on purpose just now. The purpose was naturally to scare the two women into resolving their hatred, and maybe he could get rid of his career as a driver. Who knew that Jin Huilan saw him from behind and pointed it out? Jin Huilan treated him badly. The title also made him feel uncomfortable. "Guan Ming, you really did it on purpose." The two women looked at Guan Ming with wide eyes. "Didn't I tell you that I am the little prince of tractors? It's just that I was a little uncomfortable driving such a good car, so I had a little accident." Guan Ming smiled, which was considered an admission. "You bastard, you just scared us to death." The two women broke out at that time and started to strangle Guan Ming's neck. "Ha, it seems that you two have a good relationship. I'll leave as soon as I have something else to do. Remember, pretty girl, we'll have a competition when we get the chance." A trace of sadness flashed in Jin Huilan's eyes. She said hello and drove away. Tan Lulu and Shi Weiner also let go of Guan Ming. Pretty boy, I think your whole family is pretty boy. Guan Ming thought fiercely as he looked at the rear of Jin Huilan's car. Guan Ming, drive well for me, or I'll deduct 200,000 from you. Shi Weiner threatened fiercely. Yes, boss. Although he did not get rid of the driver's profession, at least it scared the two women. Guan Ming responded, skillfully started the Porsche and left the campus. The atmosphere on the way back seemed a bit dull, and the two women did not say a word. After the two women got off the car, Guan Ming drove away. He planned to buy some medicinal materials for cultivation first, and he happened to have enough funds in his hand. As soon as she parked her car in front of the pharmacy, Shi Weiner called and said that they were going out to eat. She also set a time for Guan Ming, and if not, he would deduct 200,000 yuan. Guan Ming hung up the phone and threw it on the passenger seat. He muttered, "This girl really knows how to torture people." Before he could get out of the car, Guan Ming drove to the Binhai Road Villa area again. Shi Weiner sent another text message saying that she was taking a shower and asked Guan Ming to wait outside. It took more than an hour for the two girls to come out together and tell Guan Ming to go. Place. During the meal, Guan Ming chose to wait in the car. It took 2 full hours before the two girls came out. They said they wanted to go to a movie and even bought the tickets. Guan Ming had no choice but to go see a movie with the two girls for unknown reasons. Soap opera, but the two women actually cried. Guan Ming had to lament that women are really strange creatures. Sister Weiner, the movie just now was too depressing. How about we go to the game arcade to relax and have some fun? Tan Lulu suggested excitedly as soon as she left the cinema. I heard that the game arcade is very messy, so I won't go there. Shi Weiner was obviously very excited, but hesitated because of the environment there. With the big pervert here, who dares to cause trouble for us, right? Big pervert. Tan Lulu hugged Guan Ming's arm excitedly. It seemed that she was looking forward to the game arcade the most. I won't go, even if you deduct 200,000 from me. Guan Ming looked like he would rather die than surrender. 15 minutes later, Guan Ming followed the two women in the Zhuanlidi animation game city with a box of game coins. It was obviously the first time for the two women to come to the game city. They were soon tempted by all kinds of novel games and had a lot of fun. Happily, if the coins weren't in Guan Ming's hands, they would even forget about Guan Ming's existence. The two women are naturally the center of attention wherever they go. After all, such beautiful women are not often seen. Lulu, let's play this pirate ship. Shi Weiner pointed at the pirate ship and said excitedly. Someone just came out of it, and the two of them quickly got in. Guan Ming handed the game coins to them and said, I'll buy you drinks. It's very cool. Come back soon. We all want mineral water. Tan Lulu said while inserting coins, and soon the game started. This is an adventure game in itself, and it is in a small independent space. The seats will shake with the game to increase the sense of reality. The woman quickly got involved. Guan Ming first went to the toilet and smoked a cigarette, and then went to the counter to buy 3 bottles of water. After about 10 minutes, he returned to the pirate ship, where he saw a group of men surrounding him, and laughter could be heard from time to time. Out. Beauty, I just saw that you guys are not having enough fun. My brother is playing with you. I am very skilled and will ensure that you all pass the level. A relatively sturdy man smiled and reached out to touch Shi Weiner's chin. Shi Weiner knocked the man's hand off, took Tan Lulu and left, but was stopped by several other men. Beauty, don't leave. Brother Hai invited you to play a game? We won't play. Tan Lulu glared at the people in front of her. They had just played a game when a man who called himself Brother Hai came over and asked to play together. Naturally, the two women were not happy and simply stopped playing. Unexpectedly, the other party refused to let them go. Beauty, this animation city is protected by Brother Hai. Once you get to know Brother Hai, you can come and play for free. Let Brother Hai play with his mother. Tan Lulu said angrily, how could she not know the dirty thoughts of these people? This girl is quite aggressive, I like her. Brother Hai came over and reached out to touch Tan Lulu's face. Tan Lulu grabbed Brother Hai's hand, took a step forward, and threw it over her shoulder. With a bang, the man named Brother Hai hit the ground hard. Tan Lulu took Shi Wanner's hand. "Sister Wanner, let's go." "Damn, be shameless, stop them." Brother Hai gave an order, and the people nearby immediately gathered around. Tan Lulu kicked her foot forward and hit a man in the crotch. The man immediately rolled to the ground and his face turned into red. Pig liver color. This girl has some skills. Let's catch him with a few people. Several men surrounded them at the same time. Tan Lulu knocked two of them down, and they took the opportunity to hold down their arms. They immediately lost the ability to resist. Shi Wanner was even worse. She had no ability to resist from the beginning. "Dirty cousin, you are so shameless." The man called Brother Hai reached out to slap Tan Lulu. Tan Lulu was so frightened that she yelled, "Big pervert, help me." When Brother Hai's hand was less than 10 centimeters away from Tan Lulu, his body suddenly flew up and hit the pirate ship. The plastic pirate ship was directly smashed. You can imagine how strong the force was. "You dare to touch my woman, you are impatient." Guan Ming's eyes darkened slightly. It would have been better if he had come back a little later. "What are you looking at? Get on top of me and take one of his legs off." Brother Hai fell badly and his head was bleeding. He looked at Guan Ming and ordered fiercely, "Drink some water first and give me a minute." Guan Ming handed the mineral water to the two women and punched one of them in the face. The man's nose suddenly collapsed and he screamed and stepped back. Ming kicked the two of them away again and chopped them to the ground with his knife. "Someone is making trouble, grab the guy." Someone yelled, and many men with dicks rushed over from both sides. "Good job, I'll take care of them together." Guan Ming took a step forward, and the two of them were knocked down again. At this time, the person holding the guy had already rushed over, and Guan Ming grabbed a steel pipe with his backhand, only to hear there was a crackling sound like beans being fried, and people kept screaming and falling to the ground, and fewer people were left standing. Guests came over one after another, crowding the place. Not long after, no one was standing next to Guan Ming except Shi Wanner and Tan Lulu. Brother Hai, who was about to get up, fell back on the ground decisively when he saw how fierce Guan Ming was. The manager of the game city had already arrived with the security guards. The security guards didn't dare to take action when they saw so many people lying down. The manager also saw that Guan Ming was a tough guy, so he smiled and said, "Brother, if you stay on the safe side, this is what happened today." "Forget it, how about it?" "It depends on what my woman says." Guan Ming shrugged lightly. Everyone's eyes fell on Shi Wanner and Tan Lulu, because the direction of things next depended on just one word from the two of them. "We can't just let it go." Shi Wanner was obviously very angry. Even if her good mood was ruined, these people still touched them. If Guan Ming hadn't arrived, the consequences would have been unimaginable. "Yes, we must teach them a lesson." Tan Lulu waved her fist angrily. Guan Ming was very satisfied with the two women's answers. He shrugged lightly. "Sorry, my woman said no." Guan Ming walked towards the man named Brother Hai and stepped on his arm. "I remember you just touched my woman with this hand." "Gotcha." "Ah." The only sound left in the game room was Brother Hai's screams. Lu Hai stared at Guan Ming with murderous intent. "Boy, you are in trouble." "I am from the Red Society." "Hong Shi?" Guan Ming raised a meaningful smile on his lips and put his foot on Lu Hai's other arm. "Then you deserve to die even more." "Don't." Lu Hai only said one word, and the crisp sound of broken bones rang out. Lu Hai fainted before he could even scream. His two arms were trampled to pieces, and he was crippled for the rest of his life. Guan Ming's cell phone rang just in time. It was an unfamiliar number. Guan Ming frowned and answered the call. "Brother-in-law, I am Monkey, are you at school? I will send you Iron Man equipment right away." "It's you." Guan Ming knew this monkey. "I'm in Xuanlidi Game City. Come over here. By the way, the people watching here are from your Red Club. They were deposed by me. You tell Ding Hong one sound. Zuanliti Game City? The monkey was startled. Brother-in-law, that is not the territory of our Red Society. It seems that someone is pretending to be a member of our Red Society. I will bring someone over here. That would be interesting. Guan Ming smiled. After hanging up the phone, Guan Ming took out a cigarette and lit it himself, took a deep breath and said, "There are 5 other people who have touched my woman, and each of them lost one arm. If you dare to make a sound, I will lose another one. Only. Lulu, is this too much?" Shiwaner was obviously frightened by Guan Ming. Humph, these people brought it upon themselves. They must have done bad things. They are not worthy of sympathy at all. Tan Lulu returned. In the eyes of onlookers, Guan Ming seemed to have become a devil. He wanted to destroy someone's arm and was not allowed to make a sound. How could a person without any willpower endure it? The manager couldn't sit still anymore. If this continued, not only would he lose his position, but he would also face big trouble due to negligence. He mustered up the courage to take a step forward. "Sir, for my sake, this matter is just like this." "Forget it, how about it? Who do you think you are?" Guan Ming scolded him coldly. Lu Hai and others didn't come out to stop them when they were arrogant, but now they want to do good. How can things be so cheap in the world? "Sir, if you continue to make trouble like this, I will call the police," the manager said anxiously, his face turned red after being scolded. "Okay, the people from the Hongxi are already here. You can tell them yourself later," Guan Ming replied coldly. He walked over without any mercy. The 5 people's arm bones were crushed by him, and the 5 people were stunned. They didn't dare to make a sound because they didn't want to lose an arm. Done. Guan Ming sat down next to the machine next to him, took someone's coin from the side and started playing the game as if there was no one around. Apart from the sound of the game, there was no noise at all, and no one dared to move. About 10 minutes later, the silence was broken by a group of people rushing in. When the manager saw the leader, he trembled with fright. "Monkey." The monkey ran to Guan Ming. "Brother-in-law, are you okay? Do you think I'm a troubled person? Hey! I win." Guan Ming pressed the coin refund button, and the coins immediately flowed out. Guan Ming stood up and said, "I'll leave the rest to you, take the lead." "I'm going to get my things, it's almost time to go back." "Okay." The monkey responded, turned to the people following him and said, "The mistress cleared the place and smashed it up for me. I don't want to see anything intact. Brother Monkey, leave it to us." What happened next had nothing to do with Guan Ming. He took the 2 women and Monkey downstairs. Monkey opened the trunk and put the steel armor inside. "Brother-in-law, this steel armor was designed by the eldest sister herself, but what is this thing used for?" Monkey looked curious. "Wearing this steel armor is like transforming into Iron Man, and it is more than enough to block bullets. This is what I use for exercise. Thank you Ding Hong for me." Guan Ming patted the monkey on the shoulder and easily moved the steel armor to the trunk of the Porsche. The monkey looked at it blankly. This strength was too much. "It's too big, it's 300 kilograms. Moreover, she wears 300 kilograms of steel armor just for physical exercise." The eldest sister is indeed not an ordinary person, and her ideas are different. On the way back, Shiwaner kept staring at Guan Ming without speaking. "I know I'm handsome, but you don't have to stare at me like that, right? Do you really like me?" He turned around and joked. "The devil likes you. I just think you were too harsh just now. What if they take revenge on you in the future?" Shiwaner glared at Guan Ming, feeling inevitably disappointed and worried about Guan Ming. Guan Ming had to lament that Shiwaner had too little social experience. When the monkeys arrived, it would be a problem for those people to do good things, let alone have the courage to retaliate against him. However, Shiwaner was so worried about him that he was surprised. "I didn't expect you to be so worried about me, and you said you weren't." "Like me. Sister Wanner, just admit it." Tan Lulu added jealousy to the side. Shiwaner snorted and turned her head to the side arrogantly. even if all the men in the world are dead, I will not like this kind of violent maniac. Guan Ming touched his nose and did not answer, while Tan Lulu looked at the two of them and couldn't help but sigh, and said nothing more. After sending the two girls back to the villa, Guan Ming drove to Dingchang Medicine Hall and bought 5 pairs of medicinal materials at once. Although the middle-aged man was full of curiosity, he couldn't comment because of his position. After returning to the dormitory, to Guan Ming's surprise, Lu Tao was also there, and there was an extra person in his luggage. He threw the steel armor on the ground with a clang. "Taozi, have you moved to our dormitory?" Guan Ming asked curiously. "Anyway, you two are the only ones in your dormitory, so I might as well move in with you. By the way, what is that?" Lu Tao walked over curiously and was stunned when he saw it was a pair of steel armor. "Jar, what are you talking about? Are you planning to transform into Iron Man?" Lin Feng also came over curiously and picked up a piece of leggings. "It's so heavy." "How much does it weigh?" "A set of 300 pounds is used for physical exercise." The two of them were stunned and gave a thumbs up at the same time. Awesome. Soaking in the medicinal bath, Guan Ming began a day of practice. He was exhausted from spending the whole night with the two women. At this time, the capillaries all over his body opened, and the medicinal effects seeped in. This comfort made Guan Ming unable to help but hum. With a sound, Lin Feng's voice immediately came from outside. "Listen, Brother Ming started masturbating again. Last time it lasted for 2 hours. This dormitory is so insecure. I have to protect my chrysanthemums when I sleep at night," Lu Tao said in a scared tone. Guan Ming's head was full of black lines. These two people's thoughts were too dirty, and he didn't dare to scream anymore. It was just that he felt comfortable. Kindness. F***CK. The two people outside shouted a curse word at the same time. When Guan Ming came out, Lu Tao had wrapped himself tightly in the quilt and looked at Guan Ming warily. "Guan Ming, I'm warning you, although we are brothers, if you dare to touch me while I'm sleeping, don't blame me for being rude." "Crazy." Guan Ming cursed. "I am taking a medicinal bath, why do you have such dirty thoughts?" "Brother Ming, I'm a little scared too, I'm still a virgin," Lin Feng added. "Fuck, these two are crazy." Guan Ming was completely speechless and waved to the two of them. "I have something to do and I won't be back tonight." After leaving the dormitory, Guan Ming ran all the way to the woods behind the college. Not long after entering, he saw 2 shaking bodies in the night. Guan Ming smiled and followed them lightly. He originally wanted to practice here, but he didn't expect it. I was able to watch the live broadcast. 2 minutes later, the 2 bodies stopped, and a female voice scolded, "Can you do it? It's only been a few minutes." "Well, I'm not in good condition today." The male voice sounded a little embarrassed. "Forget it, I'll bring you a pill tomorrow and let's go back." Guan Ming was bored and was about to turn around and leave, but he stepped on a dry branch and made a sound. The male voice over there immediately said warily, "Who is there? You won't be discovered." Guan Ming smiled bitterly, spying on other people's outdoor battles. This is not a good reputation. Guan Ming planned to escape first, but then Gu Lao's voice sounded, "Xiaomingzi, do you want to see the good show?" "What?" Guan Ming looked confused. Gu Lao smiled mysteriously and said nothing. It happened that a breeze blew by, which turned into a whooshing sound in the woods. A female voice sounded over there, "Honey, I'm a little scared." "It's not going to be haunted." How could it be? The man was obviously guilty. "I heard that a senior student in red clothes hanged here before." "Let's go quickly," the female voice urged. Rustling sounds kept coming, and it was obvious that the two of them were hurriedly getting dressed. Suddenly, Guan Ming's eyes widened because he saw a man in red clothes without feet. No, it was a ghost floating towards the two people. "Damn it, ghost!" Guan Mingue screamed and ran outside. The couple was startled by Guan Ming's voice. They turned their heads and saw the ghost floating in the air. They were so frightened that they both screamed and ran outside without even bothering to put on their clothes. "Xiaomingzi, why are you running?" Gu Lao's incomprehensible tone appeared in Guan Ming's mind. "Lao Gu, there's a ghost." Guan Ming's heart was frightened. That woman had a crow's mouth. As soon as she said that, the ghost in red actually appeared. Gu Lao was silent for 3 seconds, and a burst of laughter burst out in Guan Ming's consciousness. Xiaomingzi, that was an illusion I just arranged. There are no ghosts in this world. Aren't you?